Chosen one, stop for a moment. Do not rush past this. What happens tomorrow morning matters more than you realize, and heaven did not let this message find you by accident. There is a task waiting for you when you wake up, and if you understand it tonight, the whole tone of your next season can begin to shift. You have felt this already. Something in you knows tomorrow cannot be handled the same way yesterday was handled. You can feel the weight of it. You can sense that a small decision is standing at the edge of your next morning, and that decision is tied to peace, clarity, and the part of you that has been trying to breathe again. Most people think the biggest battles happen in the middle of the day. They think the pressure begins when the phone rings, when the bills show up, or when someone pulls on their energy for the 10th time. But your real battle often begins much earlier, in those first quiet minutes when your eyes open and your spirit is still soft enough to be led. That is why I need your full attention right now. Tomorrow morning is not just another routine. It is not just another sunrise, another cup, another list, another tired beginning that feels exactly like the last one. It is a doorway. And what you do in the opening moments of that doorway quietly decides what kind of atmosphere you will carry through the rest of the day. You know what it feels like to wake up and instantly become available to chaos. Before you even sit up, your mind has already checked 3 rooms at once. One room is money. One room is worry. One room is somebody else's emotions. And before your feet touch the floor, your peace has already been asked to leave the room. You wake up, and your hand reaches for the phone almost on instinct. You check for messages. You scan for bad news. You wonder who needs something. You replay a conversation from yesterday. And while your body is technically awake, your spirit never gets a clean beginning because the day starts in reaction, not in alignment. Some mornings it is not even the phone. It is the thoughts. They are already waiting for you. They sit at the edge of the bed before you do. They remind you what is unfinished, what is uncertain, what is behind schedule, and who may be disappointed in you. And because you have carried so much for so long, it almost feels normal to wake up heavy. But I need to tell you something with great tenderness. That heaviness is not proof that you are failing. It is not proof that you are weak, lazy, or spiritually dull. In many cases, it is proof that you have spent too many mornings reporting for assignments heaven never gave you, carrying burdens that were never placed in your hands by God. You have been trained by pain to become alert too quickly. You have been trained by survival to scan the room before you listen to your own soul. You have been trained by disappointment to start the day, bracing for impact. And because of that, you often treat the morning like an emergency room when it was meant to be a meeting place. That does not mean you are broken. It means you adapted. It means you learned how to protect yourself in seasons when peace felt fragile, uncertain, and easy to lose. But what kept you going in one season can quietly start robbing you in another, because you cannot keep stepping into a new chapter while still beginning every day like you are under siege. Chosen one, you are not here because you need another motivational push. You are here because your spirit is tired of being hijacked before the day has even begun. There is a difference. One is hype. The other is recognition. And deep down, you know this message is not merely encouraging you. It is naming something that has been happening inside you for a very long time. You smile for people, you answer quickly, you try to be responsible, you try not to disappoint anyone. And because you care deeply, you have slowly become an emotional first responder for everyone around you. You wake up and immediately begin managing atmospheres, fears, expectations, and tensions that do not belong to your calling. That pattern drains more from you than you admit. It steals the strength that should have gone into your own assignment. It pulls your attention outward before your inner world has even had a chance to stand up straight. Then later in the day, you wonder why your clarity feels thin, why your joy feels delayed, and why even simple obedience can start to feel strangely difficult. Listen carefully. You are not struggling because you do not care. You are struggling because too much of your morning belongs to noise. Too much of your first energy belongs to fear. Too much of your first focus belongs to other people's needs, other people's moods, and other people's unresolved storms. And the part of you that knows how to hear clearly keeps getting pushed to the back. Heaven sees this. Heaven has seen how often you wake up, already carrying more than a human heart was meant to hold. Heaven has seen how quickly your compassion becomes labor. Heaven has seen how your sensitivity, which should have been a gift, gets turned into exhaustion because you have not yet learned that being caring and being available are not always the same thing. So let me say this as clearly as I can. Tomorrow morning is not about perfection. It is not about performing some dramatic ritual. It is not about becoming a different person overnight. It is about making one sacred interruption at the beginning of the day, so the rest of the day no longer gets to decide who you are before you do. That is why this matters. The first minutes after you wake up are not empty. They are impressionable. They are vulnerable. They are powerful. They are the moments when your mind has not yet fully scattered and your spirit has not yet been buried under responsibilities. What enters there first often leaves a fingerprint on everything that follows. If the first thing you receive is pressure, you carry pressure. If the first thing you receive is confusion, you carry confusion. If the first thing you receive is urgency from the outside, your whole day begins to kneel before urgency. But if the first thing you protect is your attention, then your day starts from a different throne, and that changes more than most people understand. I want you to notice something. The enemy does not always need to destroy you to delay you. Sometimes, all that is needed is to distract you early, to scatter you early, to train you into giving away the sacred opening of your day before you even remember who you are. Because once the morning is flooded, the rest of the day becomes much easier to misdirect. And that is why your spirit has been restless. It is not merely asking for more rest. It is asking for a different beginning. It is asking for a morning that is not surrendered to panic, habit, and invisible pressure. It is asking for space. It is asking for room. It is asking for the chance to breathe before the world starts making demands. If this is reaching you where you live, type "ready" in the comments below. Not for me, for yourself. Let it be a small act of agreement. Let it be your way of saying that tomorrow will not begin on autopilot, and that you are willing to let heaven show you a better order than the one your stress has been forcing on you. Stay with me, because there is something even deeper here. Protecting the morning is only the beginning. There is a reason these first moments matter so much, and there is a reason your clarity has felt harder to hold than it should. In the next part, I need to show you what is really happening in those opening minutes, and why they have become a gateway you can no longer afford to ignore. Chosen one, now we go deeper. The morning is not only the beginning of your schedule, it is the place where your attention decides what will lead you and what will have to wait outside the door. That is why those first quiet minutes can feel small, while carrying consequences that reach far beyond messages, plans, and responsibilities. Your attention is more valuable than you have been taught. Where it goes first, your energy often follows. Where your energy goes, your choices begin to form. And when those choices are formed under pressure and noise, you can spend the whole day trying to recover a peace you could have protected before the world reached you. Think about how quickly one message can change your internal weather. A few words appear on a screen, and suddenly your breathing changes. Your emotions run ahead of facts. Something that did not exist in your awareness moments earlier can become the center of your morning before you have even chosen what deserves your focus. That is the gateway. The first thing allowed into your attention gains influence before everything else has had a chance to speak. If worry enters first, worry begins writing the script. If comparison enters first, comparison starts deciding what is enough. If peace enters first, your inner world receives a different foundation. Some mornings you wake with a clear feeling and then lose it within minutes. You sense something important, but the noise comes quickly. A notification arrives, a memory returns. Somebody needs an answer. Then the thought that felt clear is buried, and by midday you can barely remember what your spirit seemed to understand. This is one reason you have questioned your discernment. Sometimes clarity did not leave. It was crowded out before it had time to become language, decision, and action. When this happens repeatedly, you can start doubting the inner signals that once helped you recognize what was right for you. Sensitivity can be a gift, but without boundaries, it becomes exhausting. You notice tension quickly. You feel changes other people ignore. Yet when every outside signal is given equal access to your mind, the gift becomes noise. You cannot hear every voice at full volume and still expect to recognize the one that matters most. That is why guarding your attention is not selfish, it is stewardship. Some things must wait, not because they do not matter, but because order matters too. If everyone else receives your first strength, your own assignment will always survive on what remains. You have believed that being good means being immediately available. You have believed that love means answering quickly. You have believed that responsibility means placing yourself last. Heaven is calling you out of that pattern gently, through order, wisdom, and the courage to care without abandoning yourself. This is where a practical support can help some people. If you struggle with mental noise in those first minutes, there is a short audio tool called the Genius Song, designed around focused listening and a calmer morning routine. The product describes it as a 7-minute audio experience intended to support concentration through sound-based brain entrainment. I want to be careful here. This is not the task heaven is giving you. It is not a shortcut to purpose, and it does not replace prayer, discernment, wisdom, or action. Think of it only as an optional tool some people may use to create a protected listening window before the day becomes loud. If it does not fit you, leave it. The product positions the Genius Song around gamma-related brain activity and focused attention. Those are the claims used to explain how the audio is intended to work. You do not need exaggerated promises to understand the practical idea. A protected listening period can become a boundary that reminds you the outside world does not get the first claim on your attention. Now return to the deeper issue. You have spent years thinking the problem was that you lacked discipline, but discipline is difficult when your attention is invaded before you have a chance to direct it. You have blamed yourself for inconsistency while giving your first mental energy to everything that could possibly go wrong. That is a pattern, and patterns can change. You do not need a new personality. You do not need to become colder or less caring. You need to become more selective about what enters first. When you begin the morning with intention, your thoughts are less likely to be commanded by whoever speaks the loudest. Jesus often withdrew from crowds before returning to serve them. The pattern matters. Withdrawal was not rejection, quiet was not weakness, solitude was preparation. It was a way of returning to the source before stepping back into demands, expectations, and the needs of people who could consume every available moment. That same principle can speak into your life now. You do not need a mountain or a desert. You need a boundary. You need a few protected minutes where the world is not allowed to define the emotional temperature of your day. Constant access is not proof of love, because constant access can slowly erase clarity. This is also why some prayers feel clearer in the morning. There are fewer voices competing. The day has not yet collected speed. Your mind may still be quiet enough to notice what keeps surfacing beneath the usual noise. Sometimes the answer you have been asking for is not missing. It has simply never been given enough silence to become obvious. Notice what happens when you do not rush. A thought may return. A task you have avoided may suddenly feel simple. A burden may become visible as something you were never meant to carry. That last one matters, because tomorrow is not only about what you will begin, it is also about what you must stop carrying. There is a burden attached to your exhaustion. It has been with you so long that you may have mistaken it for part of your identity. You have called it loyalty. You have called it responsibility. You may even have called it love. But somewhere inside you, a quiet question has been asking why helping everyone else requires losing yourself. That question is not rebellion. It may be the beginning of discernment. Not every need is an assignment. Not every crisis is yours to solve. Not every person who can reach you has the right to direct you. And not every weight you are strong enough to carry is one God asked you to keep carrying. Tomorrow morning will expose this. When the noise is held outside for a moment, one burden will become easier to see. You may recognize where duty has become fear, where care has become control, or where compassion has become self-abandonment. Do not panic when you see it. Recognition is not condemnation. Recognition is the doorway to release. And that is where we are going next. The task waiting for you tomorrow is connected to one burden that was never meant to govern your life. Before you can move with clean obedience, you need to know what must come out of your hands. In the next part, I will show you how to recognize that burden without guilt, without drama, and without turning your heart cold. Chosen one, this is where the message becomes personal. The burden draining you is not always obvious. It may look like responsibility, it may look like loyalty, it may even look like love. But when a weight repeatedly steals your peace, your clarity, and your ability to obey what matters, you have to ask, who placed it in your hands? You have carried people in your mind before you carried yourself. You have worried about their reactions, their moods, and the consequences of their choices. Somewhere along the way, staying alert began to feel safer than being surprised. So you learned to notice everything before anyone else could. That habit can make you feel useful. It can also make you exhausted. You become the one who remembers, anticipates, and prevents. Then, when you finally need quiet, your mind keeps working as if another emergency is about to arrive. This is one reason your mornings feel heavy. You are not only waking up to your own life, you are waking up to people you feel responsible for managing. Their disappointment becomes your pressure. Their confusion becomes your problem. Their silence becomes a question you feel forced to answer. But chosen one, being able to sense a problem does not mean you were assigned to solve it. Being strong enough to carry someone does not mean you were told to carry them forever. Compassion can notice pain without taking ownership of every outcome. There is a difference between love and emotional captivity. Love can support someone while allowing them to face their own choices. Emotional captivity tells you that if they struggle, you must rescue them. It tells you peace is selfish while someone else is uncomfortable. But God is not asking you to manage every room. Your assignment requires discernment, not constant emotional surveillance. A watchman notices what matters. A watchman does not chase every sound and abandon the gate that was actually placed under his care. That identity matters now. You have been acting like a rescuer when you were called to become a guardian. A rescuer feels responsible for everybody. A guardian knows what belongs inside the boundary and what must remain outside it. One is driven by fear. The other is led by clarity. Think about Moses. He carried complaints, disputes, needs, and pressure from an entire people. The weight became too much. Wisdom did not tell him to care less. Wisdom showed him that one person was never meant to hold every problem alone. This is what has been happening inside you. You do many things that look responsible, while the quiet instruction underneath them keeps getting delayed. You answer the message. You solve the problem. You check on the person. Then, the one thing you know you need to do gets pushed into another tomorrow. That delay has created frustration. You keep asking for clarity, but sometimes clarity is not the missing piece. Courage is. You already know one action you have been postponing, but you keep waiting for a stronger feeling, a perfect sign, or absolute certainty before you move. Listen carefully. The next step may be simpler than your fear allows you to believe. It may be one conversation, one boundary, one page written, one application sent, one apology made, one task started before you feel fully ready. You do not need to know the entire road. You need enough light for the next faithful step. That is where your strength returns. Not through controlling every future outcome, but through becoming honest about the one thing that keeps returning to your attention. This is where the quiet morning practice mentioned earlier can serve as a boundary, not as an answer. A short protected listening period may help create space away from noise. But the important part is what you do with the clarity that follows. No tool can obey for you. No audio can set a boundary for you. No routine can make the decision your heart keeps avoiding. A tool can support the space, but you still have to become willing to use that space honestly. And honesty is where the burden reveals itself. Ask yourself tomorrow, what am I carrying because God assigned it to me? And what am I carrying because I am afraid of what will happen if I put it down? Do not rush the answer. You may discover the burden is not a person. It may be the need to keep that person pleased. It may be the need to be understood. It may be the need to fix every misunderstanding before you can feel safe. Sometimes what needs release is the fear governing your behavior. You may discover another burden, the need to prove yourself. You have spent so much energy trying to make people understand your heart, your intentions, or your value. Yet every attempt to prove yourself has pulled energy away from the work that could have spoken more clearly. Chosen one, your life cannot move forward if all your strength is spent defending who you are. There comes a point when peace requires you to stop presenting evidence to people committed to misunderstanding you. Your assignment needs that energy back. This is part of becoming a cycle breaker. Old patterns say keep everyone comfortable. Old patterns say stay small so nobody feels threatened. Old patterns say delay your calling until everyone approves. But the new pattern begins when you can disappoint an expectation without believing you disappointed God. That will feel unfamiliar. Your mind may create stories about what could go wrong. Discomfort is not always a warning. Sometimes, discomfort is simply the feeling of no longer obeying an old pattern that once controlled you. Tomorrow morning, you will meet that pattern before the world gets a chance to reinforce it. You will notice the urge to check, respond, explain, and rescue. And before you do any of that, you will be asked to recognize what deserves your first obedience. This is where the message turns. The burden you release is connected to the task you must finally accept. The two are not separate. Your hands cannot fully receive the next assignment while they are clenched around a weight that was never yours. Think about how long you have prayed for direction. Now consider that direction may have been present, but crowded by obligations you were afraid to question. The answer may not require more information. It may require less noise. That is why tomorrow matters. You are not being asked to fix your entire life before breakfast. You are being asked to become available to one clear act, one honest act. One act that proves your attention no longer belongs automatically to fear. Do not mistake simplicity for weakness. The most important changes often begin quietly. A phone stays untouched. A burden is named. A decision is made. Nobody applauds, but something inside you becomes ordered again. And once that order returns, obedience feels different. It stops feeling like a giant leap into uncertainty. It becomes the next reasonable step taken from peace. That is the shift you have been needing. In the next part, I will give you the exact task for tomorrow morning. You will know what to protect, what to release, and what to do before the day begins pulling at you. Do not skip what comes next, because the instruction is simple enough to overlook, but important enough to change the way you enter every morning that follows. Chosen one, now the instruction becomes clear. Tomorrow morning, before the noise reaches you, you are going to do 3 simple things. Protect your first minutes. Release one burden that is not yours. Obey one clear step before the day becomes crowded. First, protect. Do not give your opening moments to messages, headlines, arguments, or other people asking for access. Let the morning begin with silence, prayer, breathing, and attention. Give yourself a protected space where fear does not get to speak first. This does not require a perfect routine. It does not require a long ritual. 7 quiet minutes can be enough to interrupt the old pattern. What matters is that you do not begin by reacting. You begin by choosing what enters your mind. Your phone can wait. The unanswered message can wait. The problem that followed you into sleep can wait. You are not ignoring life. You are refusing to let life define your inner condition before you have had a chance to meet the morning with intention. Second, release. In those protected minutes, ask one honest question. What am I carrying that was never truly assigned to me? Do not search for a dramatic answer. Notice the first burden that keeps returning when the room becomes quiet. Maybe it is the need to fix someone. Maybe it is the fear of disappointing them. Maybe it is the pressure to prove yourself to people who already decided what they want to believe. Name the burden gently, then give yourself permission to stop feeding it. You can say to God that you are willing to release what is not yours. You can admit that you cannot control another person, another outcome, or another opinion. Then, let your body soften for a moment. Let your hands open. Let the burden become something you can observe instead of something you must obey. This is not abandonment, it is order. You are not becoming cold, you are becoming clear. There is a difference between refusing love and refusing responsibility for what you cannot control. And tomorrow morning, you are going to practice that difference on purpose. Third, obey. After you protect the space and release the burden, identify one action you already know you should take. Keep it small enough to begin. Do not choose 10 things. Do not build an entire life plan before breakfast. Choose one step. Send the application. Write the first page. Make the honest apology. Set the boundary. Begin the task. Ask for the information. Finish the thing you keep moving into tomorrow. Then take the first meaningful action before noon. That is your assignment. Protect, release, obey. 3 words. One morning, one shift in direction. You are not being asked to control the future. You are being asked to stop giving away the beginning of your day before your own purpose has a chance to speak. This is where many chosen ones become stuck. They wait for certainty to feel complete. They expect obedience to arrive with no fear attached. But courage often begins while questions still exist, because clarity does not always remove uncertainty before action becomes necessary. This is the moment to close the loop. The reason tomorrow morning matters is not because morning itself is magical. It matters because your attention is least divided before the world begins demanding pieces of it. That makes the opening of the day a powerful place to choose order. Now you understand the task. Nothing essential is being withheld from you. You can do this tomorrow without buying anything, downloading anything, or waiting for another message. The assignment is complete on its own. Protect your first minutes. Release one false burden. Obey one clear step. If you want a simple structure around those protected minutes, this is where the optional tool mentioned earlier may fit. The Genius Song is a short audio product designed around a 7-minute listening session, and the product positions it as support for focus through sound-based brain entrainment. The product describes its approach using gamma-related brain activity and focused attention. Those are product claims, not a guarantee of spiritual insight, wealth, or transformation. Its practical role here is smaller. It can serve as a timed listening boundary before messages and outside demands enter your morning. The product story centers on Dr. Robert Lake and describes decades of work related to sound and mental performance. It also references research associated with major institutions. Those references should not be confused with an endorsement of this specific product, but they are part of how the product explains its background. If you decide to use it, the suggested routine is simple. Use stereo headphones, listen for about 7 minutes, and keep the session to once per day. Morning is presented as the preferred time because it fits naturally with the protected window you are creating. The current offer described for the product reduces the price from $49 to $39. It also includes several digital bonuses that the offer values at a combined $80. The package includes additional audio, reading, visualization, and habit support materials. The offer also describes a 90-day money-back guarantee and a keep the bonuses policy. That means the risk reversal is part of the purchase structure. As always, read the details for yourself and decide whether the tool fits your needs, your budget, and your morning. There is also a counterfeit warning in the product material, so if you choose to look at it, use the official page linked with this message rather than searching through random copies. You do not need to decide from pressure. The purpose is clarity, not urgency for its own sake. Most importantly, do not confuse the tool with the assignment. The audio cannot release your burden. It cannot send the application. It cannot create the boundary. It cannot make the apology. It cannot obey for you. The assignment remains yours. Protect, release, obey. If the tool helps you protect the first part, that is its role. If you never use it, the task still stands completely. Your morning does not need a purchase to become intentional. Tomorrow, when your eyes open, remember the order. Do not reach outward first. Return inward. Protect the opening. Ask what you are carrying. Release what is not yours. Then look for the one action that keeps returning to your attention. You are learning to become the guardian of your attention. That identity will change how you respond to urgency. Not every message deserves immediate access. Not every emotion deserves authority. Not every burden deserves a permanent place in your hands. So prepare tonight. Put the phone farther away if you need to. Decide where you will sit. Keep the morning simple. Do not create a complicated ceremony around what is meant to bring you peace. When tomorrow arrives, remember the 3 words: protect, release, obey. Then, let the rest of the day grow from that beginning. In the final part, we will seal this assignment. Prepare your mind for the morning and make sure you do not abandon the new pattern when old pressure returns. Chosen one, now we seal what you have received. Tomorrow does not need to become another morning where you remember this message for 30 seconds and then fall back into the same pattern. You have an assignment now. It is simple enough to remember and strong enough to change how you enter the day. Protect, release, obey. Let those 3 words travel with you into sleep tonight. Do not turn them into pressure. They are not a test of worthiness. They are a structure that helps you stop giving your first strength to everything that shouts before your purpose has a chance to speak. Tonight, prepare the environment. Put the phone somewhere that requires a deliberate choice to reach it. Decide where you will sit for a few quiet minutes. Remove one small distraction. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to make the first good decision easier than the old automatic one. When morning comes, do not negotiate with the habit. Your mind may tell you to check one thing first. It may remind you of a problem from yesterday. Let those thoughts pass without obeying them, because the first victory is simply keeping the doorway clear long enough to remember who is leading. Then protect the space. Sit down, breathe slowly. Pray if prayer helps you become still. Let the room become quiet enough for your attention to stop running in 10 directions. You are not trying to force an answer from heaven. You are becoming available to notice what has already been repeating beneath the noise. Next, release. Ask what burden has been sitting in your hands without permission. Do not judge yourself for carrying it. You may have carried it because you loved deeply, feared loss, or believed responsibility meant never putting anything down. But tomorrow you can choose a different kind of faithfulness. If a person comes to mind, do not make them the enemy. The burden may not be the person at all. It may be your need to control their reaction. It may be your fear of disappointing them. It may be the belief that their peace depends on your constant sacrifice. Name what you can honestly name, then let it go for that morning. You do not need to solve the whole relationship. You only need to stop carrying the weight long enough to discover what your own assignment sounds like without it. Then obey. One clear step, not 10, not an entire 5-year plan. One action that has been returning to your mind because some part of you already knows it matters. Give that action a place in the real world before noon. You may still feel nervous. Do it gently. You may still have questions. Begin anyway. The goal is not reckless movement. The goal is to stop using endless preparation as protection from the discomfort of finally moving. This is how a cycle begins to break, not with a dramatic announcement. It begins when the old pattern expects the same response from you, and you quietly choose another one. That is where a new identity stops being an idea and starts becoming behavior. You are not waiting for purpose anymore. You are learning to protect it. You are becoming a guardian of your attention, a cycle breaker who understands that peace is not laziness and boundaries are not cruelty. Your first responsibility is to become clear enough to recognize what deserves your yes. There will be resistance. An old thought may say you are selfish. Another may say you are falling behind. Someone may notice that you are not instantly available and react differently. Do not let one uncomfortable moment convince you that the boundary was wrong. A new pattern often feels strange before it feels natural. You spent years training your mind to respond quickly to outside pressure. You are now teaching it that urgency does not automatically outrank wisdom. Repetition is how the morning becomes yours again. Imagine the difference after several mornings of doing this. You wake without immediately entering the world of everybody else. You recognize the burden before it becomes your mood. You take one meaningful step before fear has time to create 20 reasons to delay. The change may look quiet from the outside. Inside, it is significant. You begin trusting yourself to act with intention, and the structure carries you back toward clarity. Problems will still exist. People will still need things, but you will meet them after returning to yourself, instead of meeting them while already scattered. If you choose to use the optional audio tool we mentioned, keep its place small and clear. It is there to support a protected listening window, not to become the center of your faith or your decision-making. The assignment still works without it. If the Genius song fits your routine and your budget, you can read the details on the official page linked with this message. Review the claims, the listening instructions, the offer, and the guarantee for yourself. Choose from clarity, not pressure. Whether you use that tool or not, Tomorrow morning still belongs to the same 3 movements. Protect what enters first. Release what was never yours to govern. Obey the one action you already know deserves movement. Now I want to speak to the part of you that is afraid you will fail again. One imperfect morning does not cancel the assignment. If you reach for the phone too quickly, return. If your thoughts scatter, return. If you forget and remember 10 minutes later, return. You are building a practice, not proving your worth. Grace allows correction. Wisdom allows adjustment. The new pattern becomes stronger each time you come back without turning one mistake into a reason to abandon the whole thing. So tonight, let your final thought be simple. Tomorrow morning, I will not give my first attention away. I will create space before reaction. I will release what is not mine. I will move one step toward what is. And if you want to mark that decision publicly, type, "I will guard the morning," in the comments. Let those words become your agreement with the person you intend to be when your eyes open tomorrow. Before we close, let this be your prayer. God, give me wisdom to recognize what belongs to me and what does not. Help me protect the quiet place where clarity can grow. Give me courage to release false responsibility and strength to obey the next right step without demanding the whole road first. Guide my attention before fear directs it. Teach me to care without losing myself. Teach me to serve without becoming controlled by every demand. Let tomorrow begin with peace, honesty, and enough courage for one faithful action. Chosen one, you do not need to wake up transformed. Wake up willing. That is enough for the first morning. Protect, release, obey. Then take the day one decision at a time. The world can wait a few minutes. The noise can wait. Your first task is to meet the morning before the morning is taken from you. Tomorrow, when your eyes open, remember this moment. Do not ask whether you feel powerful. Do not ask whether everything has changed yet. Simply guard the beginning, release the burden, and take the step. That is how the assignment becomes real, quietly, faithfully, one morning at a time. Do-do, do-do.